Hey guys, if you're new here, my name's Ian, and if you're not, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about probably one of the oldest Apple products that, in my opinion, Apple's kind of neglected over the years. And those are the AirPod Maxes. So these are my AirPod Maxes. They are the sky blue color, and I got them back in 2022. So over 2 years ago now, and they were released back in 2019, and it's now been pretty much 4 years as they were released in around December of 2019. So we're coming up on almost 5 years, and these have not been updated, and Apple really hasn't even released a new color or done anything. They come in at $549 in 5 colors of black, white, green, pink, and sky blue, which is what I have here. Although, personally, I would have just called this blue. I wouldn't have called it sky blue. Now, these colors did match that of the iPad Air lineup that was also released back in 2019. But I gotta say, for headphones as well designed as these are absolutely my favorite over-the-ear headphones. So, from the familiarity just to the Apple Watch with the digital crown to raise volume, play, pause, stop, to also just the power button, essentially, to change audio modes, it's actually been pretty nice. And these don't have a specific on-off button. I wouldn't actually even call this a power-on button. I would just call it the audio change button, or side button as Apple calls it with the Apple Watch, as they're so smart that the magnets in the case is actually what essentially tells them to go to sleep. And yes, this is the case, this right here, this is the case that Apple provides when you buy their $549 headphones, which is absolutely insane to me, as this is not very protective. While it might protect the aluminum on the headphones, it's not protecting the head strap, and personally, this is probably the most important part that you would have to protect, at least in my opinion, because of the fact that this headband, while it is very comfortable, if I put it on, it definitely distributes the weight very well, so you almost don't even feel like you're wearing headphones. But this headband is also made of this very mesh-like material, and you can almost see through it. And just knowing that Apple has almost done absolutely nothing to protect it, as it's made of like a very soft silicone, I could very much see something in a backpack, a pencil even, just putting a hole in it, or chipping it, or ripping it. And when you're paying $549 for headphones, those are definitely something you don't want to happen. Personally, I've gotten these on sale, so for me, the $549 price tag wasn't so bad, but seeing I got them over 2 years ago for, I believe, a little around $300, which is what Beats and other headphones were going for at the time, the Apple connectivity of essentially just working was only AirPod exclusive at that time, and that's why I have them and why I got them. Now, with the AirPod Maxes 2, essentially, what are we going to get? And that's actually a very interesting question, because these haven't been updated to bring any of the other features we've gotten from AirPods. These have the H1 chip in it, which are similar to that of the chip in the first generation AirPod Pros, but the AirPod Pros got some features that this didn't, which is what? But let me explain. So this AirPod Maxes have no adaptive audio. They don't have the fancy adaptive noise cancellation that AirPods Pro have. This only has 3 audio modes: off, noise cancellation, and transparency. And personally, I don't think you need that whole adaptive audio thing that Apple added with the AirPod Pros, although it is definitely nice to have. Now, these also don't get conversation awareness. These also don't get the ability to just say SIRI, or our favorite digital assistant, that all the other AirPods get of the AirPod Pros, 2nd generation and 3rd generation even. But these AirPod Maxes just don't have that. And it's actually been very annoying, and you even get a pop-up on your phone that says you can only use Hey SIRI, not just SIRI, to trigger the digital assistant, which has been very annoying to me. Now, Apple is going to have to update these if they want to keep selling them in the EU, with the new EU guidance of the fact that all new products are going to have that USB-C port, and nope, this has a Lightning port, so if Apple's going to want to keep selling them, they're going to have it. They're going to want it to have it. Now, personally, my wish list is a better case that protects the headband, because that's like one of the most important parts to the headphones, and while these are designed very well and essentially repairable, or even like user accessible almost, in a way, Apple doesn't protect probably the only part you actually can't replace, because you can take off these ear cups and buy new ones, get different colors even if you want to mix and match. But if these go, you can buy new ones. If your headband goes, there's a lot more that has to be done to get to it. You have to use essentially a SIM ejector tool to pop off the headband to get to it, but you can get to it. But why even essentially have to go through that if you could prevent them from even being damaged by providing a true case? And I've actually bought one from a third party because I didn't want anything to happen to them while traveling. Now, I would also like to see them upgraded from Bluetooth 5.0 to Bluetooth 5.3 because of the fact that it's just essentially better and faster, so you know you'll have to use less battery because it's more power efficient and all that. And also it would be on par with the latest iPhones, iPads, and all of that from Apple that already have Bluetooth 5.3. Now, I'd also like to see lossless audio come to the AirPod Maxes, as currently they don't support that. They do support it over, apparently, wired, but I'm not going to buy a $30 dongle that they didn't even update for the new iPhones to have to go into USB-C. So to buy a cable and then a dongle just doesn't make sense to me. And they're also not even going to bring some new features to this thing. I wouldn't even be surprised if Apple just changes the port and calls it a day. But not having the adaptive audio, the USB-C port, and all these other things that Apple should be bringing essentially to their $540 headphones is kind of weird to me. And also, these don't even support Find My. They do support Find My, but they don't support it in the way that other Apple devices do, like the AirPod Pros, which can support it being out of the box. And just seeing how essentially they're almost limiting one of their personally great products. This thing has been designed so well, like from the aluminums to the removable cups to the very comfortable headband, that I can wear this for hours, and I have. Now, personally, I'm not one of those people to work out in headphones like these just because of the fact that I paid $560 for them, $550, excuse me, at retail, but you can definitely get them on sale. But still, I don't know if many other people have this problem, but just the fact that if I go like this and just look forward, they're already falling off my head, and they're pretty much held on by my ears. And yes, I know I do have bigger ears than the average person, which honestly is why I think they stay on my head so well. But being the fact that they are pretty much hooked on by my ears if I shake my head as they just fall off isn't something I would want from a product that's this expensive. And seeing that they haven't even been updated or redesigned in 5 years we're coming up on is actually crazy to me. But they're still pretty good headphones, and I wouldn't steer you away from buying them if you're going to use them for traveling or something like that, as they're very comfortable, they're very lightweight, and their battery life on this thing has absolutely been amazing, as I think I've charged these maybe a total of 8 times since I've had them in my 2 years now. But I still don't understand why we don't have certain things. We don't have that proper Find My integration. I can play a sound and find them right now, but once I put them in this case, goodbye if I lose them. That's it. They're gone. Like, I've actually thrown an AirTag in my third-party case just to be able to find them in case I ever need them when I'm traveling. I just take an AirTag from something that isn't with me, throw it in here, and just in this little pouch, and use it. This is also from Spigen, and it was cheap. That's the whole reason I got it, because I wanted to protect these. This is a hard shell case. This is almost what we should have gotten, or just essentially the way to fold the ear cups, because the ear cups can just rotate, and find a way to almost protect this. But overall, if you've used AirPod Maxes, what has your experience been like? Because they definitely are an experience. And let me know with a comment down below. And while you're down there, if you want to hit like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that as well. But I want you to remember, today's a good day to make a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.